I'm too short. Anyway, now I'm squeaking. Can you hear me now? Okay. My name is Vicki Harrington, and I'm from Sheep Ranch, California. Nobody knows where that is? Of course. Population is 37. Yeah, girl, thank you. Okay, I had 2 abortions in the early 1970s. Still squeaky? Okay. It was a long time ago, but sometimes it just seems like yesterday. Some things about it I have never forgotten. My boyfriend did not want to get married, and I believed if my parents found out that I was sexually active, let alone pregnant, it would kill them. That was enough reason for me. I went to New York because at that time I lived in Massachusetts, and it was only legal in Massachusetts and California at that time. Now people come to California to have their abortions. It's really weird. I remember the procedure itself and feeling very removed from my body as it was being done. I remember nothing about the first one, but after the second one, I tried to console another woman who was crying after the procedure. I stayed in a hotel in New York City that night, and I could not get warm. The cold passed through me like a knife. I called the front desk, and they came up to check it. The heat was working fine. That feeling of cold passing through my body would reoccur many times over future years. On the bus going back to Massachusetts, I called out to the God I had heard about as a child, and I said, "Never let me ever do this again." He was faithful in that, but I did get pregnant again. I went to church because I was so desperate. And at church that Sunday, they had a guest speaker who talked about adoption. This time, I came to San Francisco, and my son was adopted here. I love this city. For years, I tried to make something of my life. I married my sweet Pete. We've been married 45 years now. And we had met together in a group therapy where he was mourning the loss of a child to a divorce, and I was mourning the loss of my child to adoption. I did not see my abortions as losses at that time. I had another son, and my stepson came to live with us. I still was not happy. I did not know what was wrong. I thought it was maybe about the adoption, but an astute counselor told me it was probably about my abortions. I didn't want to go there. I worked and worked to be the perfect wife and mother and stepmother. I overachieved at my job. I was still miserable, and my husband and my children knew that the person that people saw on the outside was not who I was. During this time, I fought constantly with depression and thoughts of suicide. I took a training at a pregnancy center to become a volunteer. They told me I would have to go through a Bible study because I'd had an abortion before I could see clients. And I think they made that rule because they saw me coming. Finally, through this Bible study, I began to see how abortion had affected me. I let myself feel the incredible grief that I had for the babies I had aborted. I saw how my relationships with my husband and my children were marred because I couldn't get close to anyone. I just did anything. I didn't think I deserved that, and I just kept punishing myself. I began to heal, and the truth that Jesus had paid the price for my sins began to be real to me. I did the study again a second time a few years later and accepted God's complete forgiveness and restoration. I knew then, as I know now, that my babies are with Jesus in heaven, and I will hold them there again someday. I will hold them there again for the first time. I don't get that chilled sensation anymore. Even standing up in front of all of you, I don't get it. I thought for so long that I should never have been born, but now I know that my purpose is to lead other women in Bible study to find forgiveness and restoration. For 17 years now, I have been facilitating a Bible study called Forgiven and Set Free at the pregnancy center I work at. I want everyone to know that there is forgiveness and restoration for anybody who's been involved in any way in an abortion. I have met and known so many women and men like myself who struggled for years and did not know why. My heart cries for so many. I have a list of 75 people that I know just in my own personal life and people I've met who've had abortions that have not had healing. And I carry that with me every time I come to this walk, because I carry them in my heart. I want them to find the healing that God gave me. And it's because of them that I will be silent no more. Woo!